because it's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 84 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Darnold from the gun. Well, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Let's go, defense. And here we go.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On third down, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Delgado. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Jackson now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Go set. Army.
On first down, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Brian Burns. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Second down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
55. Right there. Hey, wahoo! Back to you. I'm going to touch.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Third down.
Inside. 51 to Mike. Young lady. I'm coming. Mike 51. Hey, set.
3rd and long. It's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
I got you, punk.
Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 45 on second down, Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again is Jackson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
First down, Steelers.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
10. Steelers nothing.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Johnson, and an alley to run. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ty Johnson, 52 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And an alley to run. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. The Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Badgley up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Darnold. He completes it to Henry. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Third down.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Mike 51. Hey, Haywood. Watch the screen.
Running from the gun, Johnson. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On third down, Hutchins, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And he finds Corey Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd down, it's Henderson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Darrell Henderson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah. Can he put it aside? Let's find out. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now it's Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now Darnold. And caught by Henry. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, his second sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, come on, now. Come on, now.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Delgado. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Throw left side, complete. That's Delgado. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Delgado. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points so you know that all...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First down and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
We go, son. 55. Young ladies. Check. Mike, 55.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
A final shot before the break. Darnold is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield strike.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Hey, lady.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Davis. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Steeler 1st down.
Darnold now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
51 the mic, boys. 51.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. And it's complete. Henry. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. Over the middle, complete. It's Delgado. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
At the 46-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson. And an alley to run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
At the 43-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Delgado. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
54 Mike. Push him back. Push him back.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Well, that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Let him know, let him know.
On 2nd down, it's Bishop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Jackson looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike. Hey, echo. Watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat, watch his flat. Mike 55.
Darnold. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This will be taken at the 10.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd down now, it's Henderson trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
You.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This is taken at the 3. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, here I come.
Throwing is Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Brian Burns in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Third and 12.
The Steelers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is third down and 12.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. 55's Mike. Red 80. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
To throw is Darnold. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Check tape. 80. Check tape. Hey, switch gears. Red 80. Show it up. Greystone, travel.
Now a give, right side. Hutchins. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 48-yard line.
You go, son. 55. And 80. 55. You don't want none of that. Pick up the ball. Set.
On second and 11 now. Darnold, complete. It's Henry. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Darnold on third down. He completes it to Henry. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How about the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Jackson. And he'll find Hall. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Hey, Lobo. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here I come.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. After the sack on first down, Darnold. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd and 2, Darnold. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And caught by Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now it's Darnold. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Now it's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 5-yard line. Tonight's final score.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Seahawks, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take